Anacostia Gallery and Boutique. We're located at 2806 Bruce Place, Southeast, Washington, D.C., just up the hill from the Smithsonian Anacostia Community Museum. Come on in. This is an old Sears and Roebuck home, and when I saw it, I loved it. So much so that I lived here. But now it's an art gallery, so I'd like to show you around. This is a foyer where all the customers come in and they look around. I've traveled to over 40 countries around the world, and for years I never collected or purchased anything. Lately, during the last 4 years, I have been collecting a lot of things, and they're throughout this gallery. There are many things from all over the world, and right here in the United States, Tanzania, Ghana. You have items from Guinea, South Africa, Jamaica, Senegal, Burkina Faso. That art there is from Ethiopian husband and wife. This special chair here is from Mali. I actually got it from a family on my visit there. This is a traditional mask that's actually been used in ceremony. It's from Zaire. This art here is from Jamaica. Master artist Pearson. These are museum quality pieces from Ghana. These dishes are from South Africa. Called Limpopo Ceramics. And it's a women's cooperative that actually creates these, and the organization is about 4 years old, and they're very popular. They're art that is usable. Sometimes we have art and it doesn't seem like you want to put it up for storage, but these you can actually put hors d'oeuvres on and actually use. Artist from Atlanta, Lindale. And a traditional African mask. You see the comparison. We've always been making faces and masks. Mask from the artist Pearson.
Is this real here, right here?
Yes, it's definitely real. All kinds of fabric. This is fabric from Nigeria. And collectibles, all God's children. Got a collection of rosebud, black ceramics from Jamaica, collectible black memorabilia. My name is Juanita, Britton, but folk around here call me BZB. And no pun intended, that's been my name since I was about 3 years old. I was told that as a child I did a lot of things at once, and what made it unique, my grandmother said, was that I could go back to the thing that I hadn't finished and finish it. So they started calling me BZB, it stuck, and that's my name. Now we're going to look at the backyard, which features a tent, a permanent tent, a stage, and an ancestral garden. For the last 19 years, I've been the producer of the BZB Black Gift and Art Show. It's held here in Washington, D.C., and it's an eclectic assortment of artisans, designers, jewelers, and just good old entrepreneurs who have the spirit and the energy to set up and sell 4 weekends, Thanksgiving to Christmas. And that I enjoy so much. And from that experience, I decided I wanted to have something year-round. Hence the art gallery. And I've been having art shows and selling art for the last 3 years. Well, I've loved colorful and beautiful things since a child. I did thrift shopping from age 10. I actually went to London, England at age 14 to go to one of the largest flea markets in Portobello Road. The Kwame Nkrumah Ancestral Garden. Many folk from around the neighborhood have come to have a moment of solitude in the garden, whereby they take a rock and they paint the name of an ancestor or someone that has just passed recently on the rock, say a prayer. Once a year, the garden is dedicated through libation ceremony. I was blessed to obtain my master's degree from Howard University, so I've always had a day job and always loved my day job and always loved the extracurricular activities of working with artisans and designers and producing shows throughout the last 20 years. What I love to do, as well as travel to Africa, I like to take people to Africa. And I like to do indigenous things. I like to get right with the people, sometimes stay in their home overnight, definitely visit villages and small communities. And through that, the era of cooperatives have come up in the last 7 or 8 years or so to my attention. And so I've been working with several cooperatives, women and men, families and communities that pull their resources together and work on a specific project. And what has happened over the last years is through various organizations, these kind of cooperatives have been making and producing products that Americans like, Europeans like, and there has been a concept of fair trade where we would buy their products wholesale at a fair price. It used to be that folk got their products for little or nothing, perhaps a t-shirt, a calculator, or even a lighter sometimes. Very valuable products. So now there's a fair trade industry working along with these cooperatives to bring products over to the U.S. for a fair price. I love that project, the concept, and I have several of those type of projects. Tanzania, Senegal, Ghana. So those are the 3 countries and several cooperatives throughout.
And so this piece, which kind of reminded me of scene out of Africa, that's what a lot of people, when they see it, that's what they say.
Yeah.
And so I call this the family of hope. You know, mother, father, and the 3 children, and how hope is still there.
Well, in our community, this relationship between galleries, curators, and artisans is not fine-tuned. It's very important to, as an artist or someone interested in art, to work together to promote artists so that they can be more creative. They do what they do, which is be creative. And as consumers, we buy. And there has to be a merging of the two so that both can grow. Because many folk that I run into love to collect art, and the way to make an artist's work valuable is to collect it and document it. So documentation of art purchases and the artist and his bio are very important. And that's what I work to do here at the Anacostia Art Gallery, is to provide a venue for very inexpensively for artists to come and have a show, and we promote together, and we set up and we go into business together for that weekend so that an artist can attract people from all around the Washington Metropolitan Beltway to buy their products.
Hey, I told you, hey, you know it's over. house on the couch, it's easy, on time all alone. Every time the same old thing. Hey, black, don't ask me, I'm just about over your girlfriend. So
it's important to sustain oneself. And for an artist to be creative, they either have to be comfortable and sometimes very uncomfortable to create. And I hope that the former, being comfortable, is what an artist strives for creativity. So an artist must find that niche of art that they love to do, but they also must find a balance so that they can sustain themselves until the art picks up. It's important to maintain an ability for you to take care of yourself while you're being an artist. Because what we don't want more is a frustrated artist, an artist that is having a very tough time because at a particular time in their life, no one is buying their products. No one is noticing them. So there has to be a balance. But an artist from the heart is always going to be an artist, and they have to continue to create.
You saw me on a video. I know you hear me on your radio. I just love Take a shell. Oh, shake it like a white girl for real. Oh, shake it like a white girl, Jackie too. Oh, shake it like a white girl, sweet rain. Come on. Oh, shake it like a white girl, white girl, chair. Shake it like a white girl, Chinese girl. Oh, shake it like a white girl, Cindy too. Everybody out there. That ain't loud enough. Say, Southeast, where you at? That ain't loud enough. That ain't loud enough. Southeast, where you at? Everybody know this song.
Smithsonian Anacostia Community Museum is just down the hill from the art gallery. We act somewhat like the gift shop from the museum since they don't have a gift shop. And this community is somewhat a forgotten community. It's very important for Washingtonians, for people visiting Washington, and for people right next door to visit each other, talk to each other. But more importantly, I'm hoping that you can come to our community, the Woodland community, and visit the art gallery and visit the Smithsonian Institution. There's more outside of the mall of the Smithsonian than just on the mall. So it's important to come up to this area, visit the Frederick Douglass House, the Anacostia Community Museum, and then the Anacostia Art Gallery and Boutique. I hope to see you one day in the future. Thank you.
These ladies got it on.